Crazy Riot Show. It's the BoyLosCrazy here with a very, very, very special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Schelene, the party queen. That's her name. She's here in studio. What's up? How are you?
What's up?
You good?
I'm no longer the party queen.
You know, I'm no longer the party queen, but she's still a party queen to me. She's still a party
You
queen.
gave me that name.
I know I did.
You gave me that name.
Somebody tried to tell me that they gave you that name.
What?
And I was like, you capping. I ain't gonna tell you who it is.
They lying.
They was lying.
They lying.
They was lying.
You gave me that name.
Factual.
Oh, you know what? I kind of know who told you.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to, somebody capping.
I kind of know who told you.
Yeah. You're a good guy.
Well,
He's a good guy.
it don't even matter. You gave me that name.
Absolutely.
And I partied
You
hard
did.
for it. We had
You
some
did.
times.
You
but,
did.
You know.
I think Lake County has a an interesting like story. I moved here when I was 11, but I kind of joined into like a crazy culture that if you was from like Chicago, you wouldn't think Lake County was this turned.
Right.
Because it was like Frank's and Flanagan's.
Man,
And it was a party scene.
How it is now, it's fine, but it was like, I mean, we had some days where it was like, like shootings and bad and all that, but we had some times that we could party all night and it was nothing going on. It
Absolutely.
was like, I was going from Frank's. I was going through the kickback.
Absolutely.
I wasn't going to
At
bed.
the house.
I was the kickback, punk and kickback.
Yeah. I used to hear about. I've never went to a punk and kickback. R.I.P.
But man,
the punk, and I heard he was lit though. I heard he
punk
was
and
lit.
kickbacks was lit.
Legendary.
Man, it was. I rest in peace, them.
Absolutely.
Them kickbacks.
When you think about like some of the characters of people, who do you think of? We ain't dropping bad names. We dropping like people that was partiers outside. When they was there, it was lit because you was one of those people that if Schelene was there, you knew that it was gonna be a time.
It was.
Who's some other people that you could be like, yo, we came together or we was there, we was turned up?
Man, I gotta shout P Nasty out. Pardon
Okay.
man.
Okay.
Man, we used to be them kickbacks used to be.
Give me a story.
to
You gotta
be
give me a
like-
story. You gotta give me a story.
Them kickbacks used to be like, you know how like people would come and like, it'd get turned out from guns and it'd be, no, them kickbacks went up from sun up to sundown. I mean, from sundown to sun up. Like after the club, you meet there and it was just, it wasn't even all about the clubs. It was like all the time. Like they'll put barbecues together, Father's Day, all type of stuff. It was always lit. It was lit.
That's dope.
It was
That's dope.
lit. Partying with you all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
People don't know. People don't know.
man,
They don't
it
know.
was lit. Them days was lit. Like
Yeah.
before you even had like Crazy Ride, you probably was always thinking about it, but you would always be everywhere. And man, if Carlos was there, I was coming. I'm like,
Absolutely.
I'm there because I know I'm finna get called out on the radio. I'm finna get, it's finna go down. I'm finna,
Absolutely.
I was like, yeah.
That's dope. That's
Used to
dope.
be outside. Like,
Absolutely. You've had an amazing, like most young ladies just growing up have had amazing stories, but me watching you from afar, but we've always been cool. Like we've
Right.
always been cool enough to be able to, sis, I got you what you need, if ever came to that point. But watching you through your ups and downs, even situation with your mom and feeling for you, and you actually, I felt like I saw you battling through that.
Man.
And you came out of it in such a, they say through the fire, you've come out stronger. And
that was the one.
Yeah.
That was the most hardest thing ever in my life. Like, and then after that, my sister ended up dying. So it was just like, I felt like I just couldn't get a break. And before all of that happened, before my mom died, my best friend got shot in the head, which was Mookie. And it was like, it was just crazy. I was just feeling like basically my friend got shot and it was, I was crying so bad for her, and it was just like, I didn't really have time for my mom. She trying to tell me, but I was so like, Ma, one day, a day before she passed away, she was like, I want to talk to you, Schelene. And I was like, Ma, Mookie got shot. I'm rushing out. I'll talk to you, when I get back. And it was like, there was no time for that because
Wow.
my was just like,
Wow.
oh my God. And I was just so hurt. And I didn't know, after that, I'm like, I just don't know what else to do. But I knew that I couldn't give up. It wasn't that wasn't the option,
Yeah.
the question,
Right.
none of it.
Yeah, keep
My
going.
mom was a strong person, and she taught me to be strong. But, you know, we all get weak. So
If you think back at that time of you saying situation after situation, what was something, you obviously said your mother was strong. Was that the primary reason? I'm saying we can't stop. We're not about to do this.
First of all, it was God. I'm going to put God first because that's who got me through all the things that I didn't went through. God, like, it was hard battling all of this. And I was like, when my mom died, I was kind of like a big backbone of my family. So it was like, you know, it was kind of like, who do I have? I felt like, you know, like, dang, what am I going to do? Like, who can I have my sister, my other sister too, but it was just like, I always was the type that was with my mom. I stayed with my mom even when I didn't stay with my mom. We was like really, that was like my best friend. We was really, really close. And it kind of like did something to me when she passed away, but she taught me to be a strong person. And that's how I knew what to do. That's how I fought through.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Because when I look at you now, it's kind of like when you watch people kind of come out of a storm, you don't know exactly what they went through.
Right.
And you hear all these, when I go to church sometimes. I don't go
Right.
to church all the time. And I used to ask myself, like, have I been through enough?
Right.
Because I hear other people's story, like you lost your mom, you lost your best friend was injured, you lost your sister.
Yeah.
And you are right there,
Right.
standing up like, what? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, Schelene, I don't know, and I always question, like, man, did I go through enough? I was in foster care, my mother did this. But I'm like, maybe that was just easy, you know what I mean? Maybe that was easy, but maybe it was hard.
Right.
But my question to you is like, when you look back on it and you say, damn, because you said God was the only reason you got through that, and that's when you look back on it. I think that's amazing. I think that's really
Yeah,
amazing.
it was like when I look back now, I be like, man, I have came a long way because I really did. Like, I have a past, I have a background, you know, so it's not like, you know, when people look and they be like, you know, or feel like, oh, she feel, you know, oh, I am. I feel like that. I'm going to keep my head up high because it was down.
Right.
It was down for a long time.
You did it. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't bring this guy up. This guy that you linked up with, and your husband and your right hand, your man. You guys, you know, again, Lake County, you know, we got Lake County couples, you know, you got people that you look to like, man, and people may not know what that journey was, right? Because I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was.
Yeah, it was.
Because when I look at it and I see him, I see a strong guy.
Right.
Like, I see a guy that's like humble. He's not coming in the room, nigga, what? He probably did back in the day, maybe.
Right.
But now,
I don't even think he did that back in the day.
maybe he didn't.
He was always humbled. Like,
that's who I see. I see a guy who comes into the room like, what up, how y'all doing? But he'll slap somebody, motherfucker get wrong.
Yeah.
But I see
he got a
guy,
very bad temper, but he real humble. And for that temper to come.
How did that happen? How did that relationship
Being a
happen?
party queen. One night, one day, we was at a kickback.
Right, kicking it.
And I was dancing all over, you know, and me, I'm the type, I kind of back then, I played things like a man, I'm not going to lie. Like, you know, I talk to you, and then you won't see me, I won't call you, I ain't going to blow you up, none of that. So it's kind of like, after that, I kind of just, you know, fell back, and he came and tried to talk to me, and I was like, nah, I'm not on that, you know, at first. And then a couple of years went by, my mom passed away. So he reached out to me then again. So I was like, okay, all right.
Might be real.
Yeah, you know, let me check him out. So then I checked him out, and it went from there. And I, you know, I brung him in, he brung me in.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
What has he provided for you the most as a partner in life? What do you think?
Structure. He provided a lot of structure in my life.
Because you was the party queen.
I was the party queen, and he knew that. And he knew that. He was going, oh, you ain't finna be doing all that. And like, he put his foot down, like, hey, you not, because I was a flirtatious type of person. But you know how you flirt with somebody, but you don't know?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
nice.
right.
Yeah.
But, you know, it wasn't even about nice. I was a flirtatious person.
Okay.
And I was a flirtation person, like the type with my eyes, with my body. You know what I'm saying? And not even just, you know, it's just, you can just do a movement and be flirting. You know what I'm saying? You can eye contact and be flirting. And that's the type of person that I was. And he used to be like, he'd catch it and be like,
Chill.
hold on, what you doing? And I'd be like, you know, we get to argue, and I'd be like, what? Because I did not really notice, because when you're doing something for so long, it's a habit. Like, you know, I'm flirting with who flirting with me. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, nah, none of that.
So what, because nowadays relationships are tough. You got social media, you got temptation, you got everything. What at that time did he show you to make you be like, all right, I'm gonna listen to what you gotta say? Because most women, I'm gonna do what I want to do, nigga. You know what I mean? What was that thing like? I got you.
I was always doing what I wanted to do. I was the type that always did that. So I told myself, like, won't you change it up? Won't you do what your man telling you to do? Because I was always the type that did what I wanted to do. In certain situations, it just didn't work out that way. So
That's dope.
I changed it up, and you know,
from a girl to a woman.
Yes, right, exactly.
And it's still a journey.
And not to a wife.
Yeah, you know, hey, what? What? Did you hear what she said?
And not to a wife.
Timestamp that, Robin. I think that's dope. Me as a 35-year-old guy, still on that journey, you know, finding that reason to change. And sometimes the person is what you need to reflect on yourself. Yeah. Because as you said, he kind of showed you yourself in the mirror.
But we both showed each other, because he showed me structure and I showed him things. So we both, it was a vice versa, because he had some ways that I didn't like and I had some ways that he didn't like. But we connected and fixed the ways for each other to like.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's dropping bombs on y'all today. So when was hair something that you've always been passionate about, or is that something you developed later on? How did that go?
Okay, so my mom, before she passed away, I started selling hair. I started selling hair with Tanisha, which I have
Stacks.
Stacks. Okay. Tanisha Stacks.
Except the stack.
I have nothing, you know, bad to say right now. I don't want to say anything bad about her. Like, whatever we did or whatever the case may be, I have nothing bad, because just like sometimes when they ask you, do your bad outweigh your good? Some of the things that she did with me, showed me, was good. And you know, so I don't have anything bad to say about her. I still love her. We had some, you know, some fallouts or whatever the case may be, but I'm grown. I growed up. I'm a woman. And, you know, hey, but me doing the hair thing, one day I was going to Tanisha, and I was like, Tanisha, why do you keep just selling hair to your clients? Why don't you sell hair to the world? And for a couple of days, you know, she was like, she was kind of, you know, I don't know if she was, she was selling hair to the client. Probably she'll sell it to whoever came to her. Let's get that correct. But she never was broadcasting it like I wanted her to do.
Right.
Like I brung to her to do. So I had brung it to her to broadcast it, you know. And when I did that, that's when we made it, Inches Make Me Weak. I'm thinking. Okay, hold on. Let me turn this off.
You good?
So, I'm thinking we had two names. Inches Make Me Weak and the other one. I forgot the other name.
You good.
Whatever the case may be, but it was a couple of years ago. And then that was in like 2000 and I'm saying like 16 or 17. Don't get me wrong. And so we was doing it for a while. Then things start happening in my life, so I fell back. And we kind of, clashed in. So a couple of years went by. And she called me one day. I'm thinking she was calling me to clean because this time I'm cleaning. So I thought she was calling me to clean. But she like, I want to talk to you.
I remember that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to you. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, okay. We wasn't talking, so I couldn't believe she called me. This was years down the line. And when she called me, she was like, let's start back. Selling hair, woo, woo, woo. Me, I'm all about money. That's something that I love to do. I love to sell. That's just me. I feel like hustling has always been me, and that's what I love to do. I like to do that. So when she called me with it, I was like, I'm a very forgiving person. So once you call me and we chop it up, all that I've been, what I'm saying, holding the grudges, it's over. Yeah. I don't hold grudges. I just feel like, I'm a very forgiving person. Once we can talk it out, it's over with. It's just that. And I think that's kind of like what gets crazy with me because I'm just so forgiving. Like a person can do something to me and it can be really bad, but in my book, I'm like, I always got an excuse for that person or that's just, how it is. But to make a long story short, it's like me and Tanisha was selling hair and, I loved it. And we I went my way, she went her way. We was both kind of going through what we were going through. And I probably made it more irrational than I should have. But I was going through a lot. My sister had just died. And I was just going through a lot. And I probably made it bigger than it was. But it was just like I felt like that she wasn't irrational enough for me.
Yeah.
She,
like, go, let's go.
Like, and so that's that. But, like, that's what I wanted. I love doing. I love selling hair. That was my thing. That's what I always wanted to do. And now that I'm doing it on my own, it's just something that I always wanted to do. So it was nothing like, I was trying to copy off anybody. This is something that I've been doing since way back in the day,
And you have your own place now, like your own shop, which I have not came to yet, which is crazy. But so what made you want to do that? Because me being a business owner as well, knowing the leap of faith, the trust, you're scared, oh my God.
So again, me and Tanisha was doing, we was doing our shop together. Right. And like I said, I walked off and I still wanted to do what I wanted to do with her, We was partners and we kind of broke, and I was like, I'm going to still do what I want to do. So I was, we was putting it together like she was always the hairdresser. I was always the hustler. Right. So it was like we was together. It was just like, man, like peanut butter and jelly. Like she did the hair, I sold the hair. Come and get your hair done. That's how it was gonna be, Right. But I got sick of selling the hair out of my car, just which I'm still. Which I still do. Like I don't care that I even have a shop. Like if someone called me and be
pull it up.
I need you to come over here. Why, drop me a wig off because I don't got no ride, baby. I'm coming.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm too good. I just, I'm all about, hey, you need a wig, I'm gonna bring it to you. Yeah. I don't care that it's a shop down the street that you can come to. What if they don't got no ride? So you're gonna miss that money because they don't have a ride to you? No, I'm gonna get that. Let me hold that.
So what's the hardest part about running an actual shop though?
Okay.
Or actual business, I guess.
Actually got easy right now.
Okay.
The hardest part was me having a business for almost 3 years and couldn't open.
Tell me about that. What happened? What is it?
Man, the city of Waukegan.
Say it again.
The city of Waukegan.
Timestamp this. The city of Waukegan.
The city of Waukegan does not play any games.
They don't play.
But I serve a good God, though. So, even though a lot of they no's, I turned them into yeses. It just took some time, and, sometimes what we want, God don't want for us. So, but he wanted that for me. It wasn't just that at that time. Yeah. So it was like I was just pregnant. I was like, what? Tears. I didn't remodel this place, and now I can't open. What? So it was just like, It was hell.
Yeah.
It was hell. I had to get a driveway built.
Mm.
They would not let me open because they like, how you gonna open and you don't have a driveway? You're upstairs and this and that. It was just like, wow.
Wow.
And I didn't know any of this because I'm just signing the lease
we
from
just
the
did.
landlord. I'm just,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't got to play something.
We
So
walking in.
before you get a place,
Y'all listen.
always check with the city first before you put your money in anything because you never know. And then, look,
Yeah.
you'll be doomed.
No, seriously.
But,
Seriously.
yeah,
Please.
so.
You always put in a lease. This lease is contingent based on city permit approval. So if the city don't approve something, then the lease is null and void.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
I've
But I
learned
had
that
a
for sure.
great, and I still do. I have a great landlord. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had a place, and he just was magnificent, like magnificent landlord. So I feel like God blessed me with this place because
That's dope.
yeah.
I don't have such a great landlord, but when you when you, at moving through your life and your journey, when you look back on your like kind of story, and you got some more to go, we all got more to go. What's the most important thing about yourself that you enjoy, and then what's something about yourself that you like? I'm still working on that. I need to fix that. What's the best part about yourself that you love, and then a part about yourself like, I gotta fix that. I gotta work on that. I need to do better at that.
Gossiping. I'm starting to hate it.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about myself that I don't like. I have stopped a lot of it, but I still do it sometimes, you know. And I just hate it. I ain't gonna lie because it's just like it's just bad to me.
Yeah. Is that
Not good.
association though? Is that like, girl, we was last night? Is that more like a girl thing? Well, maybe guys gossip too. Shit.
Yeah.
They do too.
But it's like no, like the gossiping about like just I don't really gossip how I used to. I don't. But I'm to the point that I'm growing. I want to just let it all go. So that's the growth that I'm working on. Like I don't want to do it. I want to get to the point where when they call me with it, oh okay. I want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore. Like that's just something that I just want to let go. Like that's something that I did in my life. That was the worstest thing. Like one day, for instance, my daughter was crying from school, and she was crying, and I'm like, what's wrong, L'Oreal? She was like, Mom, they're picking on me. And all I can think about is, oh, that's karma back when you used to pick with them people. When you used to talk about them people. When you used to be doing this and doing that to them people. You know what I'm saying? Talking about them, hurting their feelings. So now they're hurting your daughter's feelings. How do you feel? So it just, it broke me, it humbled me, and it just made me feel like, dang, I'm thinking about all them kids and stuff and things that I used to do that wasn't right. And so that's the part that I hate, that I want to change. My best part of me being a parent, I'm killing a parent. I'm killing me being a parent and me being a wife. Like I'm feeling that.
You do that.
Yeah.
That's your shit.
That's me.
Yeah.
Like,
and growing into being a parent, I just talked to somebody about this today. Do you feel like you fell into that role really easy, or was it difficult?
No, it was difficult because, first of all, I always been a good mom, but when my mother was here, I was outside. People be calling themselves parent, but that's not being a parent. Leaving your child on your mama is not being a parent. It's not. Let's be real. It's not being a parent.
Yeah.
You know, I always make sure that my baby was fed, clothed, you know, but being a parent is being there for your child mentally, physically, and emotionally, you know, every step of the way. It's okay to leave your children on your mom, you know, if you got to work or if you got to, but if you just, you know, come on now.
Yeah. It's summer,
It's like,
it's hot, you want to be
it's like every day, all day. No. It's time to be a parent.
Yeah.
It's time to, you know, step your responsibilities up. And when my mom was here, I wasn't on that. I'm out. I do what I do, and I'm out. Like,
yeah. I think that it's cool to hear that, because me as a dad, My son lives in Vegas, so the distance kind of sucks.
Right.
But to your point, me being a dad is just not contingent on what I provide, and
Right.
it's a whole thing. And I'm glad that you said that because there are a lot of young parents out here right now, a lot of teenage parents.
And it's like teenagers is like they kids raising kids because now the grandmothers is 30. So like what?
Yeah.
We had grandmothers to raise us. You know, my mom she passed, but my mom was 58 when she passed. You know what I'm saying? So she had some, you know, but these parents now, they're 30 years old and they're grandparents. They don't even know how to raise their kids, let alone their grandkids. You know, and it's like, it's no book to teaching. Raising your kid is not, but I just feel like, you know.
What advice would you give a teenage mom right now? High school mom, she's in high school, senior. What advice would you give her today?
What advice would I give her? To be focused. To be focused and to understand that, you know, now that you are a parent, your child is looking up to you. And they're watching everything that you're doing. So you have to be mindful. That's how I feel. My child is watching, and that's the reason why I changed, because my daughter is watching everything that I'm doing, and she's going to want to be like me. So what example can I show my daughter to be like? What?
Wow.
Being in the streets? Going clubbing out every night? No, I don't want to. I'm sorry if whatever anybody else feel like, that's fine, but I just want something else to give to my child. I don't want that.
Wow.
I don't want her memory to be, oh, when I was younger, all my mama did was went out, or nah. Yeah. I'm here when it's time to go to bed. I'm tucking you in. I'm doing motherly duties, what I have to do. So.
Two questions. In poverty, that mindset is an aberration. Everybody doesn't do that. In poverty, for sure.
Exactly.
Even in wealthy households, they don't necessarily do that anymore either.
Right.
Where did you get that from? Where did you get that? I'm going to be here to tuck you in, pick you up, drop you off. I'm here. Where'd you get that from?
This world. I wanted to be different. And that's how I felt. I wanted to be different. I wanted to do different things. And I just felt like, you know, dang, what do our kids got to look up to? Like, what are they, you know, and some kids feel so unloved, and parents don't understand and even know that. Like, I have conversations with my daughter, like, how was your day? Like, I love you, you know. Like, I tell my daughter I love her before she go to bed, when she get up, when she come home from school. Like, you know, some kids just don't feel loved, and it's sad right now. And they have to understand that that's something that they need right now.
Wow. It's big. We got the hair company, as they can see back there. It's Purpose.
It's Purpose.
Give us the reason you named that, and what's the plans going forward for It's Purpose?
Okay, so I named It's Purpose because we all have a purpose. And, you know, if you don't know your purpose, you can figure it out. You can understand, because we all have a purpose. And a lot of people don't know what they purpose. So when they see my name, they can think about it, dang, what's my purpose? So that's what it is.
Absolutely.
So going forward, I didn't want to put this out, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put it out. I'm just going to say it.
You got an exclusive.
Because I'm here.
Yeah.
I want to become a vendor for the cancer patients.
Wow.
So I hope nobody take my stuff.
They bet not.
But
we might edit it out because we don't want nobody.
You know, but it is what it is, you know. This your first time. This is my first time saying
Absolutely.
it. So I'm just, you know, putting it out there. But that's what I want to do.
That's dope.
I want to become a vendor for the cancer patients all over the world. I'm going to manifest it. It's going to happen. And that's that.
It's easily said right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Crazy Riot Show.
Yes.
I want to shout out Schelene Scott for coming through. She's formerly known as the party queen. She ain't in that space no more. She used to be, but she ain't no more.
Miss Brown.
You heard what she said. Miss Schelene Brown, excuse me. I'm talking about Scott, excuse me.
No,
Schelene
I'm Miss Brown, baby. I'm Brown.
You heard she's married.
I'm married.
She's married. Ladies, you better get you a husband.
Get you a husband.
Playing.
Stop playing, please. Don't be a side chick all your life.
You heard what she said.
Okay, know your worth. Know what's up. Hey, and get you somebody to love you. That's it. When you get somebody to love you.
That's a shirt. Get somebody to love you.
Get you somebody to love you.
That's its purpose shirt. That's coming.
I'm telling you.
This summer, get somebody to love you.
Get somebody to love you. Get somebody to love you.
Absolutely. This is the Crazy Ride Show. It's the BoyLosCrazy. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks, guys.